Guys, welcome to the platform. I'm your guy Zima Wells and I'm here to talk about HoneyPot. Basically how it took me about 4 years to produce the series, from idea conception all the way to production. So I'll do a breakdown of how we did the stories, the rehearsals, the directing, behind the scenes. But before that, I'll give a backstory on how it took me like 4 years and why and how. A bit of backstory. Sometimes in 2019, that was my final months in college, a story idea comes up to me. It was in this same year that I had begun doing scripts, short stories. I was just getting to learn the ropes. So this one evening, a story comes up to me. It was an idea of a story whereby it had twists. It was a short story in 3 parts, but the story itself had twists. So I'll later name the story Zilizala, the Unseen. After a couple of days, I get done with the story and of course, just store it within my files on the shelves, having nothing to do with the story. Just like I'd done with many other stories, I finish writing, then put them on the shelves. Pigwe na vumbi. So fast forward to 2022 September, I meet up with my colleagues, friends, one Alexis and Brian K. This is about 2 years after I had worked on a previous project with these two guys. Those who remember, there's a project called HoneyPot Series, where they had both featured in different or separate roles.
Ulizenge swali kama umenifea simu yangu wala. Ungekuwa unashikilianga vitu kwa live, vitu ya maana kwa live kama venye unashikilianga status yangu hivi. Ungekuwa mbali sana na hizo vidole zako vitavitungua.
Umeshikilia, umefaidika nini kando kuleo fea na madem?
Umeanza kuingia personal. Na tutakozana, mimi nitakupa we.
So after doing that HoneyPot series, we took a break of about 2 years. So after the 2-year hiatus, we finally decided to get back to the game. Apparently, Alexis had a story idea, like he had a concept. Him being a comedy creator, he had a concept of his own concept that needed to be worked on. So he needed us to work on that same concept with him. So teaming up with Brian K, we do several of these skits.
Sasa wewe pia nakwambia kila siku kuje utaki. Sasa Brayo hayuko. Sisi nimekwambia hayuko. Yaani umemsindikiza hadi kwake. Si unitolee hiyo socks hapo. Hebu nitolee hiyo socks nimeanika hapo, hiyo ya kuninia kuosha vitu.
Ya kuogea.
At one time, as we are doing these projects with Mr. Jamal, Brayo suggested why we should not try doing another series just like we had done with Lola. So I take up the challenge and I quickly brainstorm of a story of which I'll later just called Zilizala. So a funny part of this is that the same day we met with the actors for Zilizala, of the talents, was the same day I did the draft of that story, of which we proceeded to do the shooting on that same day, which we surprisingly shot on that very day from beginning to end. That was quite a strange thing to happen. It has never happened that we just meet on the same day, we have done the draft on the same day, shoot on the same day and complete on the same day. It never happened. It was the only one time that happened. After the first episode of Zilizala was done, we needed more actors for the story continuity, because this was supposed to be a series. So this is where Brayo always comes into play. The guy is quite fluid in organization and such connections, where to get actors from or wherever. The guy does so well in all this stuff of organizing people here and there. So after about a week, this was done. We had found about 2 more actors, a lady and a gentleman. We proceed to shoot their scenes that very evening they arrived.
Nini, explain Nini. You're needed for men.
I'm sorry, no.
this new lady then tells us later that she knows a friend of hers who will be very much willing to team up with us in the project. This was now sometimes in late November 2022. So we agreed. Yeah, we agreed to meet up with them once they were ready. Those two, that other friend who was willing to join us. At this point, we had stopped the Zilizala show because temporarily, due to talent availability, like the guys who began the shooting could not be found anymore. Like, they got engaged in other stuff, so we could not proceed with the shooting. So in early December 2022, this new lady in the crew says she'll be coming with another new lady who wanted to join the team. So on the meetup day, they arrive and I realized they are in company of another lady whom they had tagged along and was also interested in the project. After a brief catch-up, we were to proceed with the Zilizala shoot, but there was a problem. None of the previous actors were available. This explains why we had actually stopped the shooting a while ago. So this meant we could not even shoot anything with this new crew. However, it will be so unfair for these people to just go back home without doing anything. So I had to think of something. I had to come up with something, and this is where the HoneyPot series got to be birthed. You remember that 2019 story I had once written, stored it in the files, and even forgot about it on the shelves, ikapigwa na vumbi? Yes, that's it. So I make it known to this new crew that it will be impossible for us to proceed with the Zilizala shoot. What they'd actually come to do, they come to shoot the Zilizala. But I told them we could do something else. And this is the moment I pulled out that 2019 story. Along the way, I had actually renamed that story as HoneyPot, Zilizala HoneyPot. So we chose to do a trial shoot on this one. After a run through the team and assigning of roles on that same day, we proceeded with the shoot. Just to let you know, I chose this story for its simplicity because the story was short. That HoneyPot is a short story in 3 parts, but it's a short story, so we could easily do it without straining. Yeah, and that was it. Again, on that same day, I met these strangers. We've already gelled in, broken the ice, and proceeded with the shoot. We shoot the HoneyPot with its original concept and idea that very evening, and all I wanted was to look at the outcome. Wow, how will this be? We just met today, we've shot today with these people, we're done. So a few days later, while I was doing the editing, I realized we could not have those scenes as a final product. Haikuwa inakaa fiti.
Simu ya kujitocha venye mimi mtu wa Belgium. In fact, alafu namkumbusha ipate the
Maldives.
So to begin with, the scenes were shot late in the evening and we had problems with light, so there was some darkness here and there in some of those scenes.
Anything new? As you can see, I'm very busy.
Of course you're busy,
Yeah,
working from home.
Yeah, I have some proposals to complete in a few. How may I help you?
Do we have to keep repeating the same thing?
I don't think so.
Sasa bro, nikuulize, unampenda venye yako ama unampenda juu ya makeup?
Zote.
So bila makeup huwezi mpenda?
Nampenda, but sasa makeup ina enhance. Secondly, our general equipment was not up to par and the whole thing just felt rushed.
Mbona leo umeamua kwenda job mapema?
Sasa kuna boss wangu. Yaani boss, imagine asiponiona kwa hiyo ofisi. Ni kama hiyo kampuni inaanguka. So in addition, I didn't feel like we had given the original story the justice it deserved. The original HoneyPot story I didn't feel like we brought it to life. The story wasn't brought to life the same way you'd read it on paper. You've changed the thing you've changed. Yeah.
Nimechange na nini?
See makeup.
Wow. Makeup ndio imeleta hizi issues. Wewe kama unipendi hivi,
hatuko hivi kitambo babe, hatuko hivi.
Kitambo gani na hata tumekuwa na wewe ina like
no, I
relationship hata ita last
yote ya huko hivi. And so there was only one way out. To do the whole thing. And that's exactly what we did. We organized for a second meetup for a reshoot. However, in this shoot, I felt like we needed to give the story a backstory. Let's give this HoneyPot story a backstory of how things happened before we arrived here. This is what we did. That morning, I finished up with the initial draft of the new pilot episode of the HoneyPot series, episode 1. My babe comes, wake baby, nini, Leslie, unwilling to wake. The hands pick up a pillow, and begin beating up with it. Then Joe turns to face the wall, lying on bed. The hands move to the alafu sasa.
Nitaenda kwa curtain.
Yeah, curtain. Sasa after hapo sasa cut director. After me. The pillow mimi nimeturn ndio huko cut. So begin afresh from the start again. With everything set in place, we proceeded with the shoot, which turned out very successful, by the way. The final product was, of course, much better than what we had previously had. Yep, so that's it. In the next chapter, I'll be doing a brief breakdown of how we shot the episodes. These will include behind the scenes of the rehearsal, the directing, and all that transpired during the shoot that finally led to the finished works of product.
Ni eti ulale na jazi hivi alafu bado unyimwe mechi. Celine useme ai babe sasa hizi ni gani tena? Then Joe atasema I'm just saying, nasema tu. Then
Usiende mbali uko sana.
Utasema
why are you refusing?
ama shida kubwa inaweza kuwa hivi.
Unasema
shida kubwa inaweza kuwa ni
the hands pick up a pillow, and begin beating up with it. Then Joe turns to face the wall, lying on bed. The hands move to the alafu sasa.
Nitaenda kwa curtain.
Yeah, curtain. Sasa after hapo sasa cut director.
Wake up. Why are you sleeping?
Ndio usingizi ndio.
Suamke.
Ai, babe. Unafungoje ni asubuhi hivi?
Celine useme ai babe sasa hizi ni gani tena? Then Joe atasema I'm just saying, nasema tu. Then
Usiende mbali. What if the biggest problem is kuvaa jezi na bado anyimwe mechi?
Ai. Hizi ni gani tena babe?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Say what you wanna say to me now.
That's in a nutshell what really happened, the backstory of HoneyPot, how it came about. So initially we didn't plan on shooting HoneyPot. These actors had come to shoot something different called Zelizala. But since we could not shoot it, I said, let's try something else. Itakuwa fit mmekuja all the way from I don't know where, and then we just go back because our actors wengine hawako. Let's do something else. So that something else was a story I had written like 4 years ago. Or at that time it was 3 years ago because we shot HoneyPot last year, 2022 December. So yeah, we shot that first episode, and then when they came again the following week, we shot the second episode. Then we stayed for about 2 months. Again, we shot the third episode. I'll be breaking this down in our next chapters as we proceed. So that's it. That's how I proceed. I did HoneyPot in 4 years. Yeah. From story conception, production to the airing of the show, the premiere of the show. See you in the next video, how we break down the rehearsals, directing behind the scenes of HoneyPot series. Goodbye.
Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you